The difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do repeatedly. Most people wake up every day feeling stuck. They want to be more productive, more focused, more successful. They set goals, make plans, and promise themselves that tomorrow will be different. But when tomorrow comes, they fall right back into the same cycle. They wake up, scroll their phone, react to messages, get distracted, and lose hours without even realizing it. They feel busy, but they're not making real progress. Days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and they wonder why nothing is changing. Here's the truth. Success isn't about luck. It's not about intelligence. It's not even about working harder. It's about something much simpler. Something that separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. Right now, whether you realize it or not, there is something controlling your time, your focus, and your energy. And until you take control, you will always feel behind. But there's good news. The difference between those who struggle and those who succeed comes down to one habit. One shift that once you make it, will immediately start transforming your results, your mindset, and your life. By the end of this session, you'll know exactly what it is and how to apply it. Once you do, you'll never go back. The only question is, are you ready to break free from the cycle and finally take control? If you are ready, then stay with me for the next few minutes. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. Why do most people feel stuck? Most people live their lives on autopilot, following the same routine day after day without realizing how much time they're wasting. They wake up, check their phones before even getting out of bed, scroll through social media, reply to messages, and before they know it, half an hour is gone. Then they rush through their morning, barely present, already feeling behind. The day starts in reaction mode, and that sets the tone for everything that follows. Instead of being in control, they're constantly responding to notifications, emails, other people's demands, without ever pausing to ask, am I actually moving forward? This is the cycle most people are trapped in. They mistake being busy for being productive. They feel like they're working hard, but in reality, they're constantly distracted, pulled in 100 different directions, and never fully focused on what truly matters. They tell themselves they don't have enough time. But the real problem isn't time. It's where their time is going. Every small distraction adds up. 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and by the end of the day, they've lost hours to meaningless tasks that don't push them closer to their goals. The biggest mistake people make is waiting for motivation. They believe they need to feel ready before they take action. But successful people don't wait to feel motivated. They take action no matter what. They understand a simple truth. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. The longer you wait to feel like it, the less likely you are to start. And the less you start, the more stuck you feel. It's a cycle of procrastination, fueled by distractions and self-doubt, that keeps people exactly where they are. Then there's the emotional trap. Most people make decisions based on how they feel in the moment. If they're tired, they skip their workout. If they're not in the mood, they put off important work. If something feels uncomfortable, they avoid it. But here's the problem. Your feelings don't care about your success. If you only act when you feel like it, you'll never be consistent. And without consistency, you'll never build momentum. That's why so many people set big goals, but never follow through. They get excited, they start strong. But the moment it gets hard, they slow down. And when they slow down, doubt creeps in. And they convince themselves it's not working. But the truth is, success isn't built on feelings. It's built on discipline, focus, and intentional effort. And yet, most people never take full control of their time and energy. They drift through life, reacting instead of creating, wasting hours on distractions, and wondering why nothing changes. They tell themselves they'll start tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. If you're feeling stuck, it's not because you aren't capable. It's because something is controlling your time, your focus, and your energy. And it's not you. But that can change. And in the next chapter, we'll uncover the one habit that will allow you to take full control and transform your life instantly. Chapter 2. The one habit that changes everything. There is one habit, One simple but powerful shift that separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. And the best part is, it's not complicated. It's not a secret that only a select few can implement. It's something that you can start practicing right now, today. This habit is taking full control of your time and energy. That's it. Sounds simple, right? But let's break down why this habit is so transformative and why it changes everything in your life, almost instantly. The truth is, most people wake up and react to life instead of creating it. They let distractions dictate their focus. They allow emotions to determine their decisions, and they drift through their days, wondering why they don't feel accomplished, or why their goals seem so far out of reach. Why does this happen? Because they haven't made the decision to take control of their time and energy. Instead of living with intention, they let the world dictate their actions. They wait for motivation. They react to their emotions, and they allow their environment to tell them how to spend their time. But the moment you decide to take full control, everything changes. When you start controlling your time, you stop reacting to distractions. You stop letting your phone dictate your focus, and you stop allowing the world to hijack your schedule. Every moment becomes deliberate. You stop wasting time on things that don't serve your goals, and you become intentional in every action you take. You choose how to spend your energy, and you prioritize the things that matter. This level of control doesn't just affect how you manage your time. It impacts how you approach every aspect of your life. Your productivity, your relationships, your goals, and even your mindset. The shift happens when you stop allowing external circumstances to kill your decisions. You stop waiting for the perfect moment to start, and you stop making excuses. Instead, you take decisive action. Most people believe they need to feel motivated before they act, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Successful people understand that action creates motivation, not the other way around. The more you act, the more momentum you build, and the more motivated you feel. It's a snowball effect. Once you take that first step and execute with purpose, the rest of the day starts to unfold with clarity, focus, and progress. And before you know it, what seemed like a big mountain of work is suddenly a series of manageable tasks that you're steadily knocking out one by one. But here's the real power of this habit. When you take control of your time and energy, you stop waiting for external validation or inspiration. You stop waiting for permission or motivation to do what needs to be done. Instead, you create your own momentum. You wake up with purpose, you plan your day, and you execute whether you feel like it or not. This consistency of effort is what makes all the difference. When you live with control over your time and energy, it creates a sense of discipline and focus that wasn't there before. You start to move with intention, not just in your work, but in your personal life as well. Every decision you make becomes aligned with your greater goals, and you stop wasting energy on things that don't move you forward. You prioritize your health, your relationships, and your personal growth with the same level of focus that you dedicate to your work. No longer are you pulled in 100 different directions, reacting to whatever life throws at you. Instead, you are creating the life you want with every intentional action you take. This habit isn't just about productivity, it's about empowerment. You become the one in control. You stop being at the mercy of your environment, your emotions, and your distractions. The moment you take control of your time, you stop letting everything else dictate your life. And when you do this, you'll notice something incredible happening. Your life starts moving in the direction you've always wanted. The reason this habit is so powerful is because it's the foundation of all success. It's the reason high achievers are able to accomplish so much more than others. They don't rely on external factors to drive their progress. They create their own. They don't let their feelings decide when they will act, and they don't wait for motivation to strike. They control their time, and through that control they shape their future. Now you might be wondering, how do I start? How do I take control of my time and energy? The first step is simple. You need to make the decision right now. Decide that today you are in control of every moment. You are the one who decides how to use your time and energy. Once you commit to this, the next steps become clear. Create a plan for your day. Eliminate distractions and focus on your most important tasks. Prioritize what truly matters and start moving toward your goals with intensity and purpose. When you make this shift, the results will happen faster than you think. You will feel more productive, more focused, and more energized. And most importantly, you'll begin to see that the life you've always wanted is now within your reach. Because you're no longer waiting for it to happen. You are making it happen. This one habit, this one simple shift, can change everything for you. And it all starts with taking control of your time and energy. Chapter 3. How this habit transforms your life. The moment you take control of your time and energy, everything in your life begins to shift. You stop feeling overwhelmed, stop wasting time on things that don't matter, and you start moving toward your goals with unshakable focus and intensity. Suddenly, you're no longer drifting through life, waiting for things to change. You're the one making the change happen. And that's the biggest difference between those who succeed and those who don't. Most people spend their lives reacting to circumstances, waiting for opportunities, hoping for motivation, but those who win take control. They dictate their actions and don't allow external factors to decide their future. One of the first things you'll notice when you start applying this habit is how quickly results begin to appear. Things that once seemed impossible suddenly become manageable. You're no longer caught in a cycle of procrastination, wondering why you never get anything done. Instead, you're executing every day, consistently making progress, and the momentum builds. You'll feel it almost immediately. Your mindset shifts, your productivity skyrockets, and you start getting more done in a single day than most people do in a week. This is because taking control of your time removes the #1 killer of success: wasted energy. Think about how much time you lose every single day to distractions. The quick 5-minute check on social media turns into 30 minutes. The short break to watch one video becomes an hour-long binge. The casual scrolling before bed steals precious sleep, making you groggy and unfocused the next day. When you don't control your time, these distractions slowly drain your energy and momentum. But once you become intentional about where your focus goes, you eliminate these time wasters, and suddenly, you have more time, more energy, and more clarity than ever before. Another major transformation you'll experience is a shift in decision-making. Most people let their emotions control their actions. If they feel tired, they skip the gym. If they feel unmotivated, they put off their work. If something seems difficult, they avoid it. But when you take full control of your time and energy, you no longer let emotions dictate what you do. Instead, you make decisions based on what needs to be done, not on how you feel in the moment. And this is one of the most powerful shifts you can make. Because once you stop relying on emotions to take action, you become unstoppable. It's important to understand that your emotions will always fluctuate. There will be days when you wake up feeling motivated and ready to take on the world. And there will be days when you feel tired, uninspired, or even discouraged. Most people let these fluctuations control them. They tell themselves, "I don't feel like it today, so I'll start tomorrow." But tomorrow turns into next week, and next week turns into next month. And before they know it, another year has passed without any real progress. The key to success is to act regardless of how you feel. Because the truth is, motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. But discipline, that's what separates winners from everyone else. When you develop the habit of taking control, you stop waiting for motivation, and instead, you create momentum. Momentum is the real secret behind rapid transformation. The more you execute, the easier it gets. Each action builds on the previous one. And soon, what felt difficult at first becomes automatic. You wake up and get straight to work. Without hesitation, you go to the gym. Even on the days when you don't feel like it, you focus on your most important tasks, no matter what distractions come your way. And this consistency is what leads to massive results. Imagine what your life would look like if you eliminated every unnecessary distraction and focused purely on what moves you forward. Imagine waking up every morning with a clear plan, executing with precision, and ending each day knowing you made progress. No more wasted time, no more guilt over procrastination, no more feeling behind, just steady, unstoppable progress. That's what happens when you take full control of your time and energy. And here's something most people don't realize. Success happens faster than you think when you apply this habit. Many believe that big goals take years to accomplish. But in reality, the reason most people take years to see progress is that they're inconsistent. They work hard for a few days, then fall off track. They make a plan, but then let distractions pull them away. They rely on motivation, and the moment it fades, they stop. But when you eliminate distractions, build discipline, and take consistent action every single day, results come rapidly. This is why the most successful people in the world seem to accomplish so much in such little time. It's not that they're working harder than everyone else. It's that they waste zero time on things that don't matter. They guard their focus ruthlessly. They don't let distractions steal their energy. They don't negotiate with their excuses. They wake up, get to work, and execute without hesitation. And because they do this every single day, their success compounds at an unbelievable rate. The good news, you can do the same. You don't need more talent. You don't need more intelligence. You don't even need more time. You just need to take control of the time you already have. Cut out what doesn't serve you. Stop giving in to distractions. Stop waiting to feel ready. Start acting with discipline, precision, and intention. Because the moment you do, your life will change faster than you ever imagined. Chapter 4. Step-by-step guide to implement the habit. Taking full control of your time and energy is the habit that changes everything, but knowing about it isn't enough. You have to implement it. Most people get excited about change, but when it comes to actually applying it, they fall short. That's because they rely on motivation instead of a system. If you don't have a clear, actionable plan, you'll fall right back into old habits. That's why this chapter is all about implementation. Follow these steps, and you'll begin to see instant results. Step 1. Make the decision, own your time. Starting today. The first and most crucial step is making the decision that from this moment forward, you are in control of your time and energy, not your phone, not social media, not distractions, not your emotions. You. This is a mindset shift, and it's the foundation of everything. Too many people say they want success, but their actions don't align with their words. They keep making excuses. They keep waiting for the right time. But the truth is, the perfect time will never come. The only time you have is right now. And if you don't take control of it, someone else will. This means you must take full responsibility for how you spend your time. Stop blaming distractions. Stop blaming circumstances. Stop blaming other people. The second you take ownership, you take power away from the things that have been controlling you. Tell yourself, from today forward, my time is mine, and I will use it wisely. Step 2. Set ruthless boundaries. Protect your time like your life depends on it. Once you decide to take control, the next step is eliminating the things that steal your time and energy. If you don't set clear boundaries, distractions will creep back in. The world is designed to steal your focus. Social media, endless notifications, emails, entertainment. It's all engineered to grab your attention. If you're not ruthless about protecting your time, you'll lose it before you even realize it. Start by identifying your biggest distractions. What is constantly pulling you away from your priorities? Is it your phone, social media, unnecessary meetings, mindless scrolling, watching too much TV? Whatever it is, you need to cut it down or eliminate it entirely. The most successful people in the world guard their time like a treasure because they know it's their most valuable resource. They don't just go with the flow. They decide what gets their attention and what doesn't. You need to do the same. Here's a simple but powerful rule. If it doesn't move you toward your goals, it doesn't deserve your time. That means you start saying no more often. No to unnecessary commitments. No to meaningless activities. No to things that drain you. The more you protect your time, the more progress you will make. Step 3. Create a daily execution plan. Start every day with a clear strategy. Once you've cut out distractions, you need to structure your time in a way that maximizes productivity. If you wake up without a plan, you'll spend half your day reacting instead of executing. This is why most people waste hours without realizing it. They don't start the day with intention. The best way to take control is to plan your day in advance. Every night before you go to bed, write down the top 3 to 5 things you must accomplish the next day. Not 20 things, just a few key priorities. These should be the tasks that move you forward the most. Ask yourself, if I only completed these things, would today be a success? That's your list. Once you have your priorities, schedule them into your day. Don't just make a to-do list, block out specific time slots. By doing this, you're not leaving your time up to chance. You're deciding in advance how you will spend it. This removes guesswork, reduces distractions, and ensures that your most important work gets done before anything else. Step 4. Execute without hesitation. Take action, no matter what. This is where most people fail. They plan, they set goals, they get excited, but when it's time to execute, they hesitate. They let distractions creep in, they get stuck in overthinking, or they wait to feel ready. But remember, you will never feel 100% ready. The key is to act anyway. The fastest way to build momentum is to eliminate hesitation. The moment you sit down to work, start immediately. Don't check your phone. Don't look at social media. Don't let your mind wander. Just start. The first 5 minutes are the hardest, but once you begin, you'll find yourself getting into flow. One of the best ways to stay disciplined is to use the 5-second rule. The moment you think about doing something, count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move into action immediately. This interrupts hesitation and forces your brain to commit. Another trick is the 90-minute rule. Work in deep focus for 90 minutes without interruptions. Then take a short break. This technique keeps your brain sharp and maximizes your output. Step 5. Build consistency. Make discipline a habit, not a choice. Anyone can be productive for a day. The real challenge is doing it consistently. This is where discipline comes in. Discipline beats motivation every time. Motivation comes and goes. But discipline keeps you going even when you don't feel like it. The secret? Make execution non-negotiable. If something is important, it gets done. No excuses, no delays. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't debate whether or not you feel like doing it, you just do it because it's a habit. Your work should be the same. The easiest way to stay consistent is to track your progress. Every night, review your day. Did you complete your priorities? Did you stick to your schedule? If not, what got in the way? This daily reflection helps you stay accountable and adjust as needed. Step 6. Cut out what doesn't serve you. Refine and improve constantly. Once you start implementing this habit, you'll begin to notice what works and what doesn't. Some tasks will move you forward. Others will feel like time wasters. The final step is to constantly refine your process. Eliminate what isn't serving you and double down on what is. Ask yourself regularly, is this the best use of my time? Is this getting me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, adjust accordingly. Winners are not afraid to cut things out. If they're not working, they optimize their routines, habits, and schedules constantly. Implementing this habit is simple, but not easy. It requires commitment, discipline, and the willingness to say no to distractions. But once you do it, your life will transform at an unbelievable speed. You'll get more done in a day than most do in a week. You'll stop feeling overwhelmed and start feeling powerful. And most importantly, you'll realize that you were never lacking time. You were just giving it away to things that didn't matter. From this moment forward, your time belongs to you. Your energy belongs to you. And your future is entirely in your hands. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more wasted time. Are you ready to take control? Because once you do, everything changes. Chapter 5. Building unstoppable momentum. Once you start taking control of your time and energy, something powerful happens. You begin to build momentum. This is where real transformation takes place. The first few days might feel like an effort. You'll have to fight old habits, resist distractions, and push yourself to follow through even when you don't feel like it. But as you keep going, something shifts. What once felt like discipline now feels like second nature. Tasks that used to feel overwhelming now feel effortless. You stop debating with yourself about whether or not to do something. You just do it. And this is the secret to long-term success. Momentum beats motivation every time. Most people fail, not because they lack intelligence or opportunity, but because they never build enough momentum to break through. They start something new, feel excited for a few days, but the moment things get hard or distractions creep in, they slow down. They tell themselves they'll pick it back up later, but later never comes. The truth is, once you stop, it's 10 times harder to restart. That's why winners don't stop. They don't take breaks from their goals. They don't let distractions pull them off course. They move with consistency, discipline, and an unshakable drive. Momentum is what allows small actions to compound into massive results. It's why someone who takes daily action for 6 months will see more progress than someone who works in bursts of effort with long gaps in between. Imagine a train trying to move from a dead stop. It takes enormous effort to get it rolling, but once it gains speed, it moves effortlessly. The same applies to your habits and your life. The hardest part is getting started and staying consistent in the beginning. But once built momentum, progress becomes automatic. The key to maintaining momentum is never giving yourself the option to stop. Most people fail because they allow themselves to negotiate with excuses. They tell themselves, I'll skip today and make up for it tomorrow. But that small decision to take a break often turns into a week, then a month, then a complete loss of progress. Winners don't operate that way. They don't wait until they feel like it. They act whether they're tired, uninspired, or unmotivated. They move forward no matter what. One of the biggest momentum killers is overthinking. Many people waste valuable time trying to create the perfect plan before taking action. They spend hours researching, tweaking, and preparing, but never actually start. The truth is, no plan is perfect, and waiting for the perfect conditions is just another form of procrastination. Action creates clarity. Action creates momentum. Action is the only thing that moves you forward. Instead of overthinking, just start, adjust, and improve as you go. But don't let hesitation steal your momentum. Another common mistake is letting small setbacks derail progress. There will be days when things don't go as planned. Maybe you miss a workout, lose focus, or fall back into an old habit. Most people see this as failure and use it as an excuse to give up completely. But setbacks are normal. The key is to recover instantly. If you miss a day, get back on track the next. If you slip up, correct it immediately. Winners don't dwell on mistakes. They adjust and keep moving. They refuse to let one bad day turn into a bad week, or a bad week turn into a lost goal. To maintain momentum, you need to have non-negotiable standards for yourself. Successful people don't wake up and decide whether they'll work on their goals that day. It's already decided. It's as automatic as brushing their teeth. There is no debate, no hesitation. It's who they are. That level of commitment is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. If you make your daily habits non-negotiable, momentum becomes unstoppable. A powerful strategy to lock in momentum is tracking progress daily. Most people don't realize how much they're improving because they're not measuring it. If you track your habits, whether it's writing, working out, building a business, you'll see proof that you're moving forward. This does two things. It keeps you accountable and fuels motivation. When you see progress stacking up, you feel a deep urge to keep going. You don't want to break the streak. You don't want to undo the hard work. And that's what keeps momentum strong. Another crucial element of building momentum is environment design. If you surround yourself with distractions, toxic habits, and people who don't support your goals, it's only a matter of time before your momentum fades. But if you create an environment that supports focus, growth, and execution, success becomes effortless. This means setting up your workspace for deep focus, eliminating temptations, and surrounding yourself with people who push you to be better. Your environment should make taking action easier, not harder. One of the greatest benefits of momentum is that it changes your identity. The longer you stay consistent, the more you start to see yourself differently. You no longer think of yourself as someone who tries to be disciplined. You become a disciplined person. You don't see yourself as someone who wants success. You embody success through your actions. Your habits shape your identity, and once you build momentum, your identity shifts permanently. But here's the biggest truth about momentum. It's a choice. You can either keep making excuses, keep waiting for motivation, keep allowing distractions to steal your focus, or you can decide, right now, that nothing will stop you. You can choose to execute daily, to show up even when it's hard, to push forward when others slow down. And if you do that consistently, you'll reach levels of success that most people will never experience. This is what separates the few who achieve greatness from the many who stay stuck. Winners don't stop. They don't slow down. They don't make excuses. They take control. They build momentum, and they keep moving forward every single day. And the longer they do this, the faster success comes. What once seemed impossible becomes easy. What once required effort becomes automatic. And when that happens, success is no longer a question of if, it's inevitable. The only question left is, are you ready to build unstoppable momentum? Because once you do, there's no going back. You will become the person who doesn't need motivation to take action, who doesn't let distractions steal their time, and who doesn't let setbacks stop their progress. You will become the person who moves with purpose, executes without hesitation, and operates at a level that most people never reach. And once you reach that level, everything in your life will change, permanently. Everything in your life, your success, your focus, your growth, comes down to one simple decision. Will you take control, or will you continue to let life control you? Most people never take full ownership of their time and energy. They drift through life, reacting to circumstances, allowing distractions to steal their focus, and waiting for motivation that never comes. They wonder why they feel stuck, why their goals always seem out of reach, and why they never make the progress they desire. But the truth is, they are not stuck. They are simply not in control. You now know the one habit that changes everything. You understand that the key to success isn't working harder, waiting for motivation, or hoping for things to improve. The key is taking full control of your time and energy, every single day, without excuses. The second you make that shift, you separate yourself from the majority of people who will spend their entire lives waiting, hesitating, and making excuses. But knowledge alone is not enough. Reading this, watching videos, or feeling inspired for a few moments won't change your life. Only action will. You must now make the decision that from this moment forward, your time belongs to you. No more wasting hours on distractions. No more negotiating with excuses. No more waiting for the perfect time to start. The time is now. Ask yourself, are you truly using your time wisely? Are you eliminating distractions, or are you letting them dictate your life? Are you focused on the right things, or are you just staying busy without making real progress? If you are not in control of your time, you are not in control of your future. The most successful people understand this. They don't wait. They don't let emotions dictate their actions. They execute relentlessly, consistently, without hesitation. And now you have a choice. Will you continue doing what you've always done, hoping things will change? Or will you make the commitment to take full control of your time and energy? And in doing so, take control of your entire life. If you truly commit to this habit, you will achieve more in months than most do in years. You will move with clarity, purpose, and confidence. You will wake up with intention, execute with precision, and end each day knowing you made real progress. And once you build this momentum, nothing will stop you. So are you ready? Because once you make this shift, there is no going back. This is your moment. This is your time. Take control and change your life forever.